yogis, it's Mags. Thanks for joining me. Hi Nelly, hi Sonia. Nelly, I totally get it. We've all been there, and especially now it's really easy to confuse the days. I honestly thought that you were paddleboarding, because then I went to the Langston Harbour and I saw lots of people on paddleboards, so I was thinking of you. So yeah, let me know what you got up to. It's good to have you here. Yeah, let me know who else is here, and if you want to then stay after the stream and we can interact for a little bit. If there's anyone new here or new to yoga, then also please let me know, so then I will know to be a little bit gentle. Otherwise, grab yourself a strap and a block if you can. If you haven't got the yoga props, then a scarf and a big book, or you know, whatever you have available to give you that width and perhaps height, so we will see where the practice takes us. Yeah, again, if you have any injuries or there's anything you're unsure of, you don't have to do it. You need to take responsibility for your practice. And we were speaking about it on Sunday after the Zoom class, that quite often we just want to get into a pose or get into a stretch, even if the body isn't ready for it. So it's about letting go of that pressure that we put on ourselves and work with what you've got. So, you know, there are lots of things that we want, and I guess that we live in the age of instant gratification, that we don't necessarily have to wait for the things that we want to get, but yoga is meant to teach you patience and humility. So yeah, I am probably not the most patient person that you can find, but certainly I know I have learned, you know, through injuries, minor injuries, that you can't really push it. So if at any point you feel like your body isn't ready for something, don't just try to put it in a shape, because this is what yoga is about. Work with your breath, use it as the way to monitor what's happening in the body, and if the body is ready for things, and explore the sensations. So burning sensations are fine. You're more than welcome to stay with them. I wholeheartedly recommend it. But in terms of discomfort, that's an interesting one to explore. So let's see what we've got ahead of us today. So find a comfortable position where you can settle and close your eyes. Keep the weight spread evenly across your sitting bones. Gently engage your abdominal wall to keep the spine long. And check in with your body. How is your body feeling today? Is there any tightness or tension perhaps? Just simply become aware of what's happening inside your body. So become aware of your skin, and going deeper, your muscles, tendons, and then going even deeper, so connect to your bones and joints, all of your organs. So try to view your body from the inside. So feeling the chest expand, the rib cage widening as you breathe in, and your entire body softening as you exhale. So inhale, so your skin is stretching, your rib cage is expanding, your diaphragm is pulling down. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm's traveling back and the rib cage is coming back to normal size. Skin is softening. Check the quality of your breath, and the quality of your mind and your thoughts, your emotions. But rather than trying to pigeonhole them as good or bad, or negative or positive, just simply become aware of what's going through your head. If you would like to set an intention for your practice today, you can do it now. Or ask yourself, why are you here today? And remember, there are no right or wrong answers. You just simply want to find the starting point. You're there, that's all that matters. Use the next few rounds of breath to fully center and ground yourself, letting go of the day or the days to come. So dedicate this hour to get to know yourself better, so your body as well as your cognitive patterns. So how do you think when you encounter a challenge? What's your natural tendency? What are the thoughts that are going through your head? So simply holding your entire body and your mind, your emotions in your awareness as you go through the practice. Letting go of expectations, letting go of any preconceived ideas, and letting go of any goals. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, sigh out, letting go of all that and anything that doesn't serve you anymore. And then open your eyes. So I thought we can start with 3 rounds of Kapalabhati Breath to shake off any sluggishness. And I just feel like, the weather has changed, and with that, the enthusiasm, I suppose. So that might be able to, bring some light into our minds, because Kapalabhati means skull shining breath from Sanskrit. So let's see how that goes. So just a quick recap. So you take half an inhalation, and it's a passive one as you go along, because we just force the exhalation. So you want to draw the belly button in and up just to push out all of the air. Then you release your diaphragm and the abdominal wall, so then the inhalation happens naturally, and then just push it out. So feel free to close your eyes for this. You can change the position if you're not comfy here. And we're going to go through 36 rounds together. So in case there is someone new here, I'll quickly demonstrate. So this is more or less how you do it. And now we can do it all together. So take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Half an inhalation and go. Inhale. Exhale. So you can just stay here observing your breath, or use your ujjayi breathing, or if you want to, you're going to do 2 more rounds, and between each set, if you want to take a bit more time to find your breathing and connect with your body, then it's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's go. So relax your belly. And let's go one more time. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. So perhaps you can feel the engagement in your lower abs. Perhaps you can feel the heat. I've got quite sweaty palms. I don't know how you feel after Kapalabhati. And then open your eyes. So then as you inhale, bring the arms up and over your head. So just stay here. You can hook the thumbs to help you with the lift of your body. So lift up from the hips, your belly is engaged. Bring the palms back and slide your shoulder blades down. Take another inhale, look up. And as you exhale, bring the right hand down and lean to the right for a side body stretch. Push the mat away and imagine that with each inhalation, the side of your body opens up. Keep reaching the left hand. You've got a full stretch all the way from the hip to your fingertips. And as you inhale, come back up and we go the other way. Keep both sitting bones on the mat. So breathe deeply and fully. Imagine what's happening to your spine right now. Your belly is engaged. And then as you inhale, come back. So roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Then switch direction. I can really feel my shoulders today. And then grab your strap. And yes, we're going to do shoulder flossing. So remember, start wide, and the key is to keep hands at the same level for the whole duration of the movement. So I need to do it sideways. And if you want to, you can join me in a toe stand. Really good plantar fascia stretch. Make sure the pinky toes are down as well. Belly is engaged. So find the width of the strap that's appropriate. So start wider and then you can make it more narrow. And as you inhale, bring the arms over the head. As you exhale, go down. So I think that was a bit too tight for me, as for a start. And then come back. Wow, my shoulders are tight today. So keep going, keeping the movement fluid. So move slowly so you can feel what's exactly happening in your shoulders, in your pecs, in your biceps. And keep the breath nice and steady. And give yourself a chance to release any tension in the shoulders, in your chest, in your arms. Inhale and exhale. Just a couple times more. And this time find a spot where you feel a lot of sensations and try to stay there. So work with your breath. Keep it deep and long. This way you communicate to your brain that you're safe, it's fine to relax and release. And become aware of all the sensations in your body. So in your arms, but also in your feet. Maybe I shouldn't draw attention to your feet. And then bring the strap in front of you. Come onto your hands and you can gently pat the feet to release them. Okay, so now come onto your back and grab your strap. So we're going to stretch out the legs. So start with in constructive rest pose with both legs bent. And then grab the strap and place it over the ball of the right foot. So stay here for a moment without really using any force here. Allow the femur bone to settle into the hip socket. And pressing the lower back into the mat. Your belly is engaged. And then you can begin to pull on the strap to bring the thigh closer to your rib cage. If you're happy, extend the left leg. So spend a couple of breaths here before you pull on the strap. Notice how tight or how loose your hamstrings are feeling today, and whether you can feel it more in the hamstrings or in the calf muscles. How does it feel just to be here, just to pause for a moment and to breathe? Sometimes it might feel nice and soothing, feeling the connection to the ground, but sometimes it might feel frustrating. So whatever it is, acknowledge it and let it pass. And gently pull the leg, but don't force anything. And then bring the leg back up. And now holding to the strap, both ends of the strap with the right hand, you begin to open the leg out to the side. So you might want to bring it so the foot closer to your shoulder or wide out. If you don't have the flexibility, you might want to keep the left hand on the hip to keep reminding you to stay rooted through your hips. One more round of breath here. Keep energetically spreading the legs apart. And then bring the leg back to the center. And this time we're holding onto the strap of the left hand. Keeping both hips down, you bring the leg over. So sometimes there's a tendency to go all the way, but you see my right hip is up. But we want to stretch the side of the thigh and the IT band, so we need to keep the right hip down. So you might not go very far, but feel a lot and play with the sensations. What happens if you bring the leg a bit closer towards you, or if you release it. Play with the external and internal rotation of the thigh. So going like this. And really get to know your body. So, you know, it's one leg, but think about how many muscles comprise it, like how many tendons. I mean, it's probably be the same as that muscles, but this isn't the point. You know what I mean. Just try to feel your body from the inside. Release any tightness as you exhale. And then come back to the center, then grab both ends of the strap, and perhaps you want to pull the leg towards you, notice if it feels any different, and then release. Keep the right leg bent to begin with, and we go to the other side. So allow the leg to settle before you start pulling on the strap. Belly is engaged as you breathe. Feel the chest lifting up. And now you can begin to bring the leg closer to your chest, to your ribs. If and when you're ready, extend the right leg. And just see if it's appropriate on this side. So how is the right hip feeling? And don't worry if it feels different, if it doesn't feel as open on this side. So our bodies are like that. You can bring the leg a little bit close towards you. And then bring it back to the middle. Hold the strap with your left hand and begin to open the leg out to the side, keeping the right hip rooted. Deep inhalation. Slow grounding exhalation. Keep your thigh engaged. This way you take care of your hamstrings. One more round of breath. And come back to the center. We go the other way. If you want, you can slide the thumb and the left hip crease and begin to bring the leg over the body. So notice where you start feeling resistance or more sensations. Keep both hips down. If you can't feel much, definitely pull the leg close to you. You'll instantly feel the increased intensity. So have a little play with rolling the leg out and in towards you. Move mindfully and keep connecting to your breath. One more round of breath. And then come back to the center. If you wish, one more time you can pull on the strap to bring the leg closer to you. And then release it. So you can stay down for a supine version of the pigeon, or you can do the seated pigeon with me. Oh. That's it. So starting with the legs bent, you bring the right leg over the left, and then you can either walk the foot in or slide your hips and walk your hands forward. So right foot is flexed, chest is open. So no, it just feels nice just to slouch here, but no. So keep your fingers spread wide, drop the shoulders down, and keep pushing the chest to the right leg. Keep pushing the right knee out, so you can feel the stretch knee outside of the right hip. And then gently release, so you can walk your hips back, straighten the right leg, and then bend it, bring the left leg over the right. Okay. Foot is flexed, push the chest forward, long spine, nice and easy breath. So the closer you are, the more intense it will feel in the hip. So it's your practice, you choose where you want to be. And then gently release, shift over onto your hands and knees into tabletop. I'm going to warm up the wrists. So shift forward and then back. So the shoulders come forward of your wrist, you press them through the fingertips and then come back. One more time, forward and back, and then do a few rolls. So we roll through the wrist joint. So 3 times one way, and then switch direction. So go slowly, really feel what's happening. You want to look after your wrists for all the chaturangas and planks that we do. And then you can bring the back of your hand down and keeping the arms straight, begin to slide your hips back, but it might not be a big movement. Just feel what's happening. So as you stretch out through the back of your wrist. So gently shift forward and back. That's it. And then give me a little wave, little shake. And then going to strengthen the wrists. So bring the arms up and over the head, slide your shoulder blades down. Your shoulders are squeezing, so elbows are squeezing too. So as you want to bring the elbows together, close your fist and then flick your fingers out. So as though you had something on your fingers, you wanted to shake it off. And keep going, your belly is engaged, spine is long, the arms are back, shoulders are engaged. Keep breathing and keep going faster. Keep going. It's such a strange exercise because I can feel my body heat rising like instantly. So it's not even the arms fatiguing anymore. I'm just like, wow, it's hot. So keep going. It helps you strengthen the wrist and the forearms. Keep going. Keep going. Just a little bit more. And release. Shake your arms out, shoulders out. Come into child's pose. So knees together. Drop your forehead down. And bring the arms out to the sides. So we're in a diagonal child's pose. Right hand on top of the left. Keep drawing the armpits down. Squeeze your thighs together. Then as you inhale, come back to the center and we go the other way. So don't worry if your head doesn't touch the mat. So feel the stretch outside of your armpit, inside of your body. And come back to kind of child's pose. So we're going to do thread the needle, but in child's pose. So normally you would do it from tabletop, but here we're going to do in child's pose. So thread your arm as far through as you can and then drop it down. It might be easier to do it from wide-legged child's pose, so keep your knees spread. Extend your left arm in front of you. Keep walking the fingertips towards the short edge of your mat. You can drop the head down. So you should feel a nice stretch around the shoulder blade, or it's just me because I'm aching all over. And just tune in to perhaps more subtle sensations. Tune into any emotions, any thoughts that go through your head. And then switch sides. Your belly is engaged. So you want the thighs to be pressing as much into your belly and your rib cage. Draw your right armpit down. And then as you inhale, come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes under and push back into down dog. So pedal the feet if you need to. Or draw your lower belly in. push down through the base of the thumb and the index fingers and roll your triceps in so that you spread the shoulder blades, lift the hips up, and stay here for 5 breaths. So your thighs are active. And keep focusing on lifting the hips up and then dropping the heels down, because you don't want to be here, you want to be here. So even if you bend the legs, it's fine as long as you've got a long back. Then step your right foot between the hands and drop the left knee down. As you inhale, easy come up and sink your hips down. So check the knee ankle alignment. Roll the shoulders down. If you want to, you can drop the arms and begin to open through the chest. So squeeze your left glutes. Lift the sternum up towards the sky. Keep sinking the hips down. You can drop the head back if it feels good. And then as you exhale, bring the fingertips down and slide your hips back for Ardha Hanumanasana, hamstring stretch, half splits. And experiment, lift the hip up and down. Keep the belly drawn in and direct your belly button to your thigh. So you should feel quite an intense stretch in the back of the right leg. Keep the spine long and try to fold out the hips. As you inhale, come forward, so slide your hips down, keep the fingertips down, keep your left glute engaged, and then step back into tabletop. Left foot comes through, and easy come up. So you might want to slide the left foot off the center line if you need a bit more balance. You can double up the mat if you've got sensitive knees. Squeeze your right glute, sink your hips down, talk to your hips. Sometimes I have this thought that my right hip is defying me, but it's the wrong way of thinking. My hip wants my attention. It wants to talk to me. It's not just defying me. Because, in life we somehow seek symmetry and we are hardly symmetrical. So we should honor the body's yeses and nos. So wherever you are, choose to be content. And then you can roll the arms and the shoulders down, drop the arms, and begin to open up through the chest. Your belly's engaged. So feel your hips. And as you inhale, come up. And as you exhale, slide the hips back. Flex the left foot. So fold at the hip. Draw your navel closer to the spine and direct your belly button to the top of the thigh. Stay with your breath. Keep it calm and steady. Choose to be content. Observe the sensations, observe any emotions that arise because of the sensations you're experiencing. As you inhale, come forward, frame the foot, tuck your back toes, exhale into down dog. Compare how this downward dog is feeling from the one that we did at the beginning, not so long ago. As you inhale, roll over into plank. Bring the feet together, squeeze your thighs, press down through the fingertips and gently protract the shoulders. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your glutes and hold it. One more inhale And as you exhale, bring the knees down if you want to, and slide all the way onto your belly. Arms, forearms down, roll the shoulders down, press to the top of the feet so the knees are lifted and open through the chest. So allow the body to open naturally without forcing anything or striving to anything. Your belly is engaged. And then bring the hands down and push up into tabletop. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that you bring the right hand like in the middle. Press down through the base of the thumb and the index finger, claw the mat. Squeeze your belly, protract the shoulders, and bring the left hand on the back of your hips. So we try not to rotate out, but actually keep the body square. So trying to strengthen the shoulder. So feel what's happening. Try to stay here. Connect with your body. Find your breath. And then let's swap. So left, come back into tabletop, left hand down, push down, squeeze your belly, and right hand is resting on the back of your hips. So how is this shoulder doing? Maybe the stronger or the weaker one, it doesn't matter. And then come back to tabletop. So if you found that challenging in any way, you might want to do that again or sit it out, or we're going to do the same thing but from plank. So if you have any shoulder issues, definitely doing it from tabletop will help you strengthen it. And just be mindful of what's happening there. So coming into plank, or if you fancy a plank, then why not? You can wait it on plank. Bring the right hand down. Check that you're pressing down, check that your belly is engaged, your glutes are engaged, and then bring the left hand back. So square your body and hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Come back to normal plank, left hand down, and bring the right hand the back of your hips. So hold it, squeeze everything, let your body shake for 2, 1. Into plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale cobra or up dog, and just stay here for a moment. So squeeze your belly, relax your glutes, long spine, feel the shoulders, and then as you exhale, slide back for child's pose. Arms beside you, forehead is down. How was that? Just check in with yourself, with your body. And then, as you inhale, bring the arms in front of you, tuck your toes, exhale into down dog. So root down through the left foot, inhale your right leg up, 3-legged dog. And either stay here or bend the leg, open up through the hips, squaring the shoulders, lifting the knee up, or have a little play. Keep the belly drawn in. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest and step the foot through. So this time we stay with the left knee lifted. Slide your hips forward and down. So feel the stretch for the left hip. And then straighten the front leg. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, and then stay here. You can bring the left heel down, the foot is 45 degrees out for pyramid. So if your body is ready for it, push down through the right big toe, the outer edge of the left foot. Slide your right hip back and bring the left hip forward. So feel all that's happening. And then if you want to, you can bring the hands onto your hips or even push the fists together, or find your secret namaste and come into a fold. So feel your shoulders, feel your legs, feel your balance, keep the belly squeezed in. Use your Ujjayi breath to help you stay here. So staying with the sensation instead of running away from them. If you got the secret namaste, gently release it, frame the foot, lift the back heel and step back into down dog. Inhale, roll over into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So settle. Push down through the right foot. Inhale, left leg up. And either stay or explore, opening up through the hip, straightening the leg, and roll the ankle. Just have a little play with your body. What's happening? Inhale, re-extend into three-legged. Exhale, step the foot through between the hands. So then slide your hips forward and down, staying on the fingertips. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And already here, focus on pushing the left hip back and right hip forward. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. So if you have really tight hamstrings, you want to stay with the right heel lifted, it's fine. But you can step it in for the pyramid. Right hip forward, left hip back. And check in with yourself. Push down through the left big toe and the outer edge of the right foot. If you want to, hands on the hips, push the fists together, or secret prayer. So you might want to lift up for it a little bit and then fold. Make sure that the right hip is pushing forward, left hip is going back. Your belly is engaged. Have an equanimous mind. All is good. Just be. Then gently release the hands, step back into plank and drop down onto your forearms. So forearm plank or dolphin plank. So hold it here, push the shoulders out, so spreading the shoulder blades. And then you can either stay here, drop down onto your knees, or we begin to push down through the elbows, push the chest back, and walk the legs in for dolphin, or Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. Keep pushing down, your belly's drawn in. You can, walk your feet out to lift the hips up. So using the flexibility in the shoulders and the legs. Just a couple more breaths. And then drop your knees down. Arms beside you. All is well. Let your shoulders rest. Inhale your arms out. And exhale, we all meet in downward dog. So find your base, find your strength. And then step your right foot outside of the right hand and left foot outside of the left hand. Sink your hips down and have a little play to find your yogic squat or malasana. So You need to have the knees facing the same way as your feet, your toes. And you know, the first one always feels the worst. Bring the hands at your heart in Anjali Mudra. Push the elbows into the knees. You can always sit on the block or keep your heels lifted if you have tight hips. So wherever you are, choose to be content. Talk to your hips. Choose to be calm. Quite often we are tight and we can't find a balance because we're not choosing to be calm. It's not always the case, but sometimes you can just say to yourself, okay, relax, it's good. You know, it doesn't matter if I do it or not. And then you do it sometimes. And then sometimes you don't. And it's all fine. Bring the hands down, lift the hips up, and walk your feet out so that they're parallel in a wide stance. Draw your belly button in and up and folding at the hips. Come into a forward fold. So you can use the block for support if you want to. You can drop down to your forearms. Engage your thighs. Press down through the outer edges of the feet. And if it's accessible for you, you can grab hold of the big toes. Take an inhale, wavelength through the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward. So you bend the elbows out to the sides, but instead of just pulling onto the toes, you want to use the pelvic cavity to fold deeper. And it doesn't matter where you go, but that you keep your belly engaged, your legs, got an equanimous mind, and you're in control of your breath. And as you inhale, lift up halfway. And as you exhale, release the hands. So then bring the hand in the center between the legs. And then lift the left arm up. So keep the hips square. Opening up through the chest, pushing down through the right hand. And either stay here, release. Or if you want, you can grab hold of the right ankle or the calf. And this time you can let your hips shift rather than keeping them square to the mat. Keep extending the left arm, or you can weave it behind you to grab hold of the right thigh. So you want to look up, squeeze your belly, feel your legs, and then gently unravel. Allow yourself to hang here for a moment. And then left hand in the middle, push down, corkscrew your shoulder, and then keeping the hips square. Now we bring the right arm up. So notice what's going on, what's present. Keep the belly squeezed in. And either stay, fold, or grab hold of your right leg. Squeeze your belly, rotate the chest out, and bring the arm behind you to grab hold of the left thigh. And it doesn't matter if you reach it or not. Like, keep the belly squeezed in. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Then gently come back to the center. Walk your feet slightly in. So heel toe them together and drop your hips down for Malasana. Bring the hands together. Take a deep breath in and sigh out. Push the elbows into the knees and observe how your hips are now. Second time in the garland pose. And it doesn't matter if it feels better or worse. Just observe any changes. Bring the right hand in front of the right foot. Want to open up through the chest, go as far as you can, and bring the left hand down in front of the left foot. We go the other way. Keep opening, squeeze your glutes, bring the right hand down, inhale, left arm up, exhale, bring it down, inhale, up, exhale, down. So just one more time. Inhale, left arm up, exhale, down, and then inhale and exhale. So if you've still got some juice left, now you can round your back and walk your fingertips forward, flexing the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. So feel the stretch around your shoulder blades. And whichever way you like, calm down onto your bum. I'm going to come into your favorite Sonia, Agni Sambhasana. So left foot is flexed, the right foot is flexed and it's going on top of the left knee. Wow. Wow, I can really feel it. So when you look down, you've made then a triangle. So each side is equal length. Just stay here. Go to a quiet place in your head. You can close your eyes if you want to. If you have a block even, you can slide it between the knee and the ankle. Keep the belly drawn in and choose to be content exactly where you are. So you've got nothing to prove and everything to explore. So choosing to be content and finding non-contentment, being exactly where you are, is the principle of Santosha. So one of the niyamas. So keep your inner gaze at the spot between your eyebrows. So the center of your intuition, the inner wisdom, and knowing what's right for you. Then as you inhale, gently release the top leg. I'm going to swap it. So check how things are going. So this side might feel a bit more open than the other, or not. Close your eyes, elongate your spine, and say thank you, my body, thank you, my hips. And then as you inhale, gently release, and then grab your block if you had it. If you couldn't find it, it's okay. So we're gonna do a shoulder release. So you're gonna hold on to the block. You want to keep the hips more or less over the knees, so like Anahatasana, so the puppy pose, and then you drop the chest down. Keep the belly drawn in to support your lower back. Keep pushing the hands down into the block, but feeling the stretch through the shoulder blades, through the armpits. If you want to, you can bring the forehead all the way down. Drop your chest low. And surrender. So no fight, no struggle. Just allow yourself to be. And then bring the hands down and push yourself up. So come into a comfortable seat. You can sit on the block if you like. Don't worry, we're going to come in Shavasana. Just going to do a short meditation. So spread your weight evenly across your sitting bones, engage your belly, roll the shoulders back and down so the breath can come into your chest easily. So feel your body. Follow your breath. Any thoughts that come, let them pass, let them go. They're just like clouds in your inner sky. And notice the space between each inhalation and exhalation. So without trying to prolong it, just notice that tiny pause, that moment after the inhalation, before the breath becomes the exhalation. And that space after the exhalation, before the inhalation begins. If your mind wants to go there, let it. If you get distracted, start over. And now you can either stay seated in meditation, or if you want to slowly, preferably with your eyes closed, transition onto your back for a final relaxation pose. So wherever you are, let go of effort, let go of your practice. Use this active rest, this pause, to allow your body to heal, to integrate your practice, revisit your intention, and check how you're feeling now compared to the beginning of the practice. Simple check-in. take a deeper, more conscious breath in. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend your arms and legs. Roll over onto one side to come into a seated. Keeping your eyes closed. Bring the hands at your heart. And gently bow your head. Thanking your body, yourself for the practice. For getting to where you are now. You're exactly where you need to be. And let's close this practice one round of Om. Spend a moment here expressing gratitude for your practice, for the day, for your body, for everything that you've got in your life. And softly open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste. So I hope you keep the seed of inspiration for your practice. And let me know how you're feeling. Nelly, how are your legs? I know you love hamstring practice. And yeah, Sonia as well. Oh, hi Sandra. I didn't see that you were there. I'm so sorry. It's great to have you here. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's, you know what, like quite often you go to class, I go to a class or I practice, let's say, and then I don't feel like stretched out, if you see what I mean. So, but so, you know, like spend hours just stretching. So it's about finding the balance. So I hope today was a little bit less intense and more stretchy. So it's good to hear that you you find that your thighs and hip flexors are super stretched. Damn hamstrings. No, be kind to your hamstrings, Nelly. But yeah, after a run, definitely needed it. No, I just felt like my legs were so tight. It was crazy. I don't know if you're still here, Daria and Sonia. I've got Martin and Andrew. So yeah, lovely to see you all here. Oh, cool. I'm glad that you're feeling fabulous. Oh, I could really feel in my shoulders, but you know, sometimes we feel tightness in usually like shoulders or hips, but that's because the muscles are weak. The question is, when does the tightness become just tightness and not as a result of weakness? That's something that that's my food for thought at the moment. But yeah, no, I could really feel my shoulders today. I feel much more open and loose right now, so I hope you do too. Don't forget that Sunday practice is on Zoom, so we can actually, you know, talk. I can hear you. You don't have to type. So if you want to book on, just head to my Facebook page. So that class costs £5. It's bookable through bookwen.com/yoga-with-mags. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, if you feel like having a bit more intimate yoga practice, so being seen, but of course you don't have to, because you can always turn your video off, then I definitely recommend that. Yeah, if you want to check out some YouTube videos, if you want to do more yoga in your own time, then head to my YouTube page. And yeah, let me know how you're doing, and hopefully I will see you all on Sunday. The meditation space is on the 27th of June, 12 till 1:15. The time may change. Can't speak anymore. But we're likely to push it a bit earlier, so then you kind of like get it done and dusted. Yeah, also let me know how you felt. We did, nice and short meditation, but we don't often have enough time to do it, all the core and planks that we do. So let me know if this is something that you would like to do more often. But make sure that you check out the meditation space. Nelly's done it. twice already. If you would like to learn some accessible meditation techniques that can accompany your yoga practice or just help you with everyday life. So don't worry, we're not going to sit there for an hour, but just explore different things that we can do, like for example observing the breath and the pause between inhalations and exhalations, and see where that takes you. So if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me, and otherwise I hope to see you all on Sunday. Take care. Mwah.